Alright, let's get into it. Hello everybody, it's me, it's Mr. 789 on this glorious day of January 13th, 2017, which also happens to be a Friday, and to date we have not died yet, so let's try to keep that record running, because at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, representing our red Terran player, it is MetaHurtz. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, representing our blue Terran player, it is Zahrastra. Zahrastra? The Rastra. The Zahrastra. Okay, he is the Zahrastra, not a Rastra. Zahrastra. Not certain how to say that, whatever. Nice TvT for you guys. Again, it's one of the more interesting mirror matchups. Like in ZVZ, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be roaches vomiting on each other, and then Ravagers vomiting on each other from a distance. Like it's farther away, and it's like, whoa, wow, this is so cool. But TvT is marine tanks and drops and everything, and it's so much cooler. And that's why it is one of my more favorite games to cast. Let's see the openings for our Terran players. MetaHurtz going for racks into gas, pretty standard schmandard. Zahrastra looking to be a little bit aggressive, going racks gas with and immediately following it up with another gas. So probably gonna see some sort of 1-1-1 build coming out for Zahrastra. Gonna have to see what he's doing. And let's get into the game. While we're waiting for the game to start, actually, let me just take this moment to relax a bit while we wait for our players to get everything set up. Oh, I guess not. PP's like, oh, look at the Carbide Marines! Look at that. Oh, I can't zoom in on it, but, oh man, I gotta get that replay pack, or that emote pack. If you haven't yet, I highly recommend you do it. It is such a good investment. Alright, Barracks finishing up for both players. Reaper coming up for both players. And Factory gonna come down for Zahrastra. Maybe MetaHurtz definitely gonna take this low ground command center, and popping out of existence from nowhere is that command center, as everyone would expect. Factory on the way for Zahrastra. Definitely gonna be some sort of 1-1-1 build or variation thereof. As previously confirmed, Reapers on the way for both players. We'll make the way across the map, gonna have a little scuffle. Factory now. Ooh, another barracks actually for MetaHurtz. So is he going for a 2-1-1? He may just be. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that versus Terran. Siege Tank's generally a pretty good unit, but you know, whatever. And yeah, Reaper just making his way all the way across the map. Ooh, gonna meet in the night. Are these two lovers? Let's see who gets the first shot off. Yes, MetaHurtz shot first, and he looks like he can get that Reaper if his micro is good enough. No, gets knocked back by the knockback grenade. The grenade doing his job as exactly as you would expect. Alright, probably gonna chase him all the way into his main base. Yep, running away is the Reaper of Zahrastra. MetaHurtz just hanging out over here with not very much intel about what's happening on Zahrastra's side of the map, but that is no biggie. Starport finishing up for our friend Zahrastra. Ooh, and getting started up rather. And ooh, Cyclone's on the way. Alright, this is my favorite part of Diamond Link TvT, is that you can be so creative. You can be incredibly creative. It is a Bob Ross of all matchups if I've ever seen one. Hold that thought though. Reaper coming up, gets easily rebuffed. Nothing happening from that little skirmish. And another barracks on the way for Zahrastra. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what is happening. $10 says there's going to be some sort of drops with the Reaper and Cyclone. Maybe he's going to load up the Reaper and the Cyclone into a medevac. Yeah, it's a medevac. And drop it into his main base. I can't wait to see what he has in store. Okie dokie, folks. Let's see. Wait a little bit. Factory now finishing up for our friend MetaHurtz. Medevac almost done for our friend Zahrastra as well. And is he gonna drop Cyclones in the main base? That's the only thing coming to mind at the moment. But, you know, then you have a lot of armory just not being utilized. Let's wait to see how that turns out. And Medevac comes out. Yeah, picks up those Cyclones. Zahrastra knows where it's at. Becoming part of the cool kids Cyclone Drop Club. And let's see how much damage MetaHurtz can prevent. He only has a handful of Marines. Oh boy, this actually may be more effective than I may think. Nothing coming out of this factory, which is really what you need to deal with early game Cyclone units. Cyclone units like the Cyclone, and oh boy. Look at this, look at that little medevac, look at that go. You can do whatever you want with that one, and Zahrastra knows it. The inner artisan and coming out, Marines dying so quick, and he can also do some cute medevac micro with this. His drop as well. I think this is looking very good for Zahrastra. These SCVs forced to get pulled off, fighting for their dear life, but there is medevacs in the skies. Marines gonna target it down. Actually, not as much damage you would expect. One SCV goes on, two SCV goes on, but picks it up. Does Zahrastra and move away. Let's see, total workers killed. Only 6 workers killed for Zahrastra to the 3 of MetaHurtz. MetaHurtz on the other side of the map. Reaper raking havoc, ripping in them SCV souls. Wow. So after everything, it looks like the work count is fairly even. But unfortunately for Zahrastra, his command center is significantly delayed, so MetaHurtz should be in a very comfortable position coming up into this early mid-game tanks already in production for our friend MetaHurtz. Zahrastra beginning tank production as well, but definitely has to play catch up a little bit economy-wise. As long as MetaHurtz keeps busting out those SCVs, I see him winning this game handily. Ooh, Cyclone Drop coming in again. Can he pick off the medevac? No, should have gone for the medevac there. Could have gotten both, but that is a-okay. Get rid of the Cyclone as well. Alright, let's see. Siege tanks on the way for both players. The +1 for MetaHurtz finishing up at an abnormally quick pace. Wow, combat shields for these guys? No, just stim pack, so he can still get combat shields, I'm pretty sure. If we go to upgrades, it doesn't show upgrades at all. There we go! Alright, combat shield now started for our friend MetaHurtz. Ahead on upgrades and ahead on economy. MetaHurtz seems to seeks to do some damage with this drop. As you do when you are ahead, because in TvT, when you are ahead, drop your opponent, kill them, and then get even more ahead, because why not? Let's see what's going on in this main base. Siege tank setting up in a very defensive position. Ooh, maybe he caught wind of these drops. What does he see? Well, let's check out. Well, let's see how this turns out anyways. I suspect not good. Ooh, a siege tank in this medevac as well. As fat as 4 wings, gonna boost into the main and maybe set up a siege position, which is extremely a powerful move. MetaHurtz may be a bit too risky for his position in the game, but hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen, because he's dropping on top of it everything now, and nope, decides, okay, loses a siege tank and backs around out. This siege tank proving to be a godsend for Zahrastra. Great game sense from Zahrastra. Understanding that in-base pushes are a thing. MetaHurtz 29 to 29 total workers actually seems to have slipped that lead. As you can see, no SCVs on the production tab. And as Day 9 used to always say, ladies and gentlemen, folks all around the world, probes and pylons, drones and overlords, SCVs and supply depots, do these things for whatever race you are, and you will almost certainly win 99% of your games. In these diamond, platinum, and silver leagues, combat shields just finished up for our friend MetaHurtz. Nice upgrade lead. Still no SCVs in the production tab, very concerning, because the now 31 to 29 total harvest is not looking too great for Zahrastra as it was a couple minutes ago. Viking on the way, patrolling everything down. And you know what always bad for me as we wait for this game to take some action, a little low in excitement. I've always wondered why the Viking never had any Viking noises, right? Like you expect like this heavy Scottish set man piloting the Viking, but no, he's as white bread as it can get. So in honor of the Viking's name, I will now do Viking noises as intended. For example, if you want to get him going, instead of going transportation systems primed, as they generally do, it will be a hearty transportation systems primed. Oh, a little bit more Scotty there than I intended, but you know what? Vikings need to stay true to their cultural heritage. Just something I want to do from now on, as it is something that's always bothered me in Starcraft too. Anyways, let's check out the state of the game. 31 to 33 total workers. MetaHurtz finally starting to get SCB production back up again, allowed Zahrastra to get back into his game through lack of micro, but that is a-okay. Because everybody makes mistakes. Vikings just patrolling this area around here. That was more British than anything, I'm sorry. This Viking's ready to go. Siege tanks still in the main base. Does he just suspect a Doom drop? Yeah, 2 over here, 2 over here. He is very well set up. In fact, I would be surprised if Zahrastra didn't throw down the 3rd base anytime soon, because there's no way this position is getting broken anytime soon by our friend MetaHurtz. MetaHurtz, does he know about this? How much of Zahrastra base did he see? Let's see. MetaHurtz has seen an okay amount. He doesn't know about these double engineering base, so he's probably going to fall behind on upgrades in that manner. Well, actually, no. Double engineering base did come out for MetaHurtz, and his 1-1 is finished up. Wow, good on you, MetaHurtz. Armory. Researching that vehicle weapons. Floating a lot of gas is MetaHurtz, and believe me, MetaHurtz, you do not need this much gas. Maybe if you were a Protoss, you would be this gas hungry, but trust me, Marines do not cost gas at all. Siege tanks, maybe a little bit. Medevacs, maybe a little bit. But you see this 1300 gas? That is 1300 gas. That is not going to help you at any stage of the game right now whatsoever. Zahrastra able to keep his Gauss count low. I think he has some double factories somewhere. No, he's just able to spend that a bit more effectively on Vikings and siege tanks. And let's see what our players decide to do. There we go, 3rd CC almost finished up for MetaHurtz. Realizing that expanding is the good thing to do. Siege tank's not sieged up, so a little bit concerned for him. If Zahrastra were planning an attack out, he would definitely get destroyed. Vikings going down. Vikings making their presence known on the map, just scanning out for medevacs and any other annoying stuff. Transportation systems primed, says the Vikings as they run around trying to look for things to kill, but nothing to find at all. Poor Vikings. One poor Marine stemmed out to check for the presence of these Vikings and narrowly doesn't see it. So, okay, Zahrastra kind of dodged a bullet there. 2 more Vikings on the way. What does he plan to do with all these Vikings? He has great air control, by the way. Absolutely fantastic, but I just don't know what he's going to do with all of this. Honestly, I'm not saying this bad. I honestly prefer this, because 2 Vikings to these, what, 80? Yeah, 80 or so Vikings is going to be as one-sided as it can get. Third base just halfway done for Zahrastra while MetaHurtz is finished up, which I guess is very much an advantage, but the air advantage definitely goes to our friend Zahrastra, and with a good amount of siege tanks on the ground and a good amount of Marines, I see him winning any engagements in the foreseeable future. Vikings running away, or excuse me, running to and fro, just seeing what they can do. Transfer station systems are primed, but they can't transform onto anything. Maybe fly into one of these. No, okay, maybe don't fly into one of these mineral fields, because in case you didn't know, the reason why they would want to fly into a mineral field is because they do horrible things to mechanical units, absolutely ungodly things to mechanical units. If you ever land these in an SCV line, you would see everything evaporate so quickly. It is almost laughably strong. But let's see, Zahrastra definitely can break this third base location of MetaHurtz if he plays this right. Definitely has that air control, can definitely zone away this medevacs, get some more vision on his tanks, unless he gets caught with his pants. So this is actually not a good engagement for MetaHurtz at all. Siege tanks sieging up and not losing much in the retreat, but does lose a couple of medevacs and a Viking in that engagement. Zahrastra, emboldened by his strength, confidently moves forward. Gotta make sure to stay out of range of this siege tank line. You see this line? No passing this line whatsoever, Zahrastra. One job. One job! One job! Okay, okay. Understood the point of one job. Bit exposed. He can definitely stem forward a couple of Marines and take out this siege tank if he so chooses, but MetaHurtz deciding the more pacifist route. And he goes sieging up just on the edge of siege locations, not having to scan because he already has that air superiority. Oh boy, this seemed... Ooh, nice scan coming down from MetaHurtz, taking a good chunk of army for Zahrastra. Now it's just the chess game that is Marine tank, Marine tank. Ooh, sneaky little medevac making its way downtown, looking fast. Missile turrets not passed, and he is basebound for Zahrastra. Bloodthirsty is MetaHurtz, and coming in is Zahrastra. MetaHurtz trying to rebuff him the best he can. Yes, Marines do come to respond, but he suffered a huge hit in siege tank numbers. All Zahrastra needs to do now, move his tanks forward and stim into it, or run away with his tail between his legs for some ungodly reason. Ooh, maybe it's the drop. Maybe he just F2'd out of instinct. Oh, poor Zahrastra, not knowing. He could have busted that location, but it's okay. Marines doing their job, stimming forward with their cute little legs. Look at them go. Trying to take out this command center? Probably not going to work. Honestly, these Vikings can just kill the crap out of that medevac and just land on top of MetaHurtz. MetaHurtz, yep. Transformation systems primed, Zahrastra says, as he lands his Vikings and kills the rest of that drop. I have a sneaking suspicion I don't have a very good Viking accent, but then again, I don't have a very good accent in general. It's a lose-lose situation for me, ladies and gentlemen, friends, boys and girls. 50 to 46 total workers, 142 to 126 total supply. Nice army lead for MetaHurtz, been able to get this third base really up and going. Still has a huge gas bank. Oh my gosh, if he were Protoss, he would be so good at this game. But moving forward is MetaHurtz. He's unsieged. He's going to stem forward. Is MetaHurtz going to try to target one of these things? But no, backs out because this is one bad clump of Marines. Lots of death there very, very quickly. Transfer Mason systems were primed, but nothing came of it. And MetaHurtz forced to back off. 80 to 77 total armor supply. Evening up a little bit is this game. Zahrastra still with that confident Viking control. Controlling the airspace over MetaHurtz and reigning complete sovereignty on this Marine tank composition. Making Vikings is MetaHurtz, but I just don't see it. He's already lost the air war. But I guess you have to fight somehow, right? Fourth base now up and established for Zahrastra, and no fourth base to speak of for MetaHurtz, so MetaHurtz, it is up to you to make the magic happen, as this fourth base will eventually kill you. You don't throw resources at each other, you throw armies, so it's still a very winnable game for MetaHurtz. 104 army supply, 296. And making his way over to the Vikings. No, disappointing their ancestors are these Vikings, as MetaHurtz boosts toward the main with no Mr. Turrets whatsoever. Actually, he had to float that over and hitting the fourth base at the same time. Whoa, beautiful play from MetaHurtz, abusing the mobility of his raid. But Zahrastra, no, he's coming to respond. Bad Zahrastra, bad Zahrastra. if you're gonna take a lot of damage from these drops anyway. Fourth base does go down. Main base getting ravaged by MetaHurtz. Zahrastra slowly falling apart. He needs to set up a trap with these Vikings. Spits them over here, and catches Medivacs on the retreat. He can't let this pick up and boost away. Looks like MetaHurtz. Yeah, Vikings are going away, trying to deal with this drop first. Probably gonna pick up and boost away is MetaHurtz. MetaHurtz, yeah, everything here is going to die, and everything here. Kind of trade out some Marines for a tank. Bad move coming down for Zahrastra. But that is a-okay. So soon winning this game, 94 to 84 total army supply. Look at the unit stat. 8 Siege to 2, 15 Vikings to 6. If he just moves across the map, he could so easily, confidently win this game. But I don't think MetaHurtz is going to let him. He's going to probably keep on this draw pressure, keep on threatening the fact that he has Medivacs on the map, and taking advantage of the fact that Zahrastra may not want to move out. Zahrastra, though, is wisely moving out, as I have ruined this game for MetaHurtz by spilling the beans to Zahrastra, making his way down to this location. That does include the third base, and getting more gas for MetaHurtz is because why not? Let's see, Viking, it is currently 10 to 15 total Vikings, so not a lost cause for MetaHurtz. What does he see? MetaHurtz sees these Vikings. He needs to take out a couple before the siege begins. Yes, stemming forward is MetaHurtz. Stemming forward is MetaHurtz. Stemming forward is MetaHurtz. Yes, able to pick out a good section of these Vikings. Able to stem forward. Just too many Marines on the ground. Zahrastra completely falling apart. This engagement went north for him so quickly. South, rather. God, getting pushed back to his side of the map is Zahrastra, and from what used to be a comfortable lead, now is turning into a game that is slowly slipping from Zahrastra's grubby little hands. Sorry using so many negative adverbs towards you, Zahrastra. I do not mean it at all. Your hands are not grubby. You are a Terran player. You wear gloves. You are beautiful, and you have a Carbot star on your orbital command. I definitely believe in Zahrastra's ability to come back in this game, but it is still currently 55 to 44 total workers, 72 to 30 army supply. By the Marine tank versus Marine tank, it is never over before the fat lady sings. Let's see, boost. Ooh, she's warming up, says MetaHurtz as he boosts his Medivacs toward the main base. Still no turrets here to deter drops like this. He has siege tanks in these Medivacs and set up a strong siege location on all of this production and all of the supply depots, and this very well may be the killing blows for Zahrastra. Let's see how it turns out. Boosting on in is MetaHurtz. Yes, dropping on his tank. Can he siege him up in time? Yes, Zahrastra trying to respond desperately, but the siege has already begun. Marines confidently taking out the protection facilities of Zahrastra. Probably gonna take out these Vikings as well. You cannot move up this ramp, Zahrastra. Trying to do it anyways, though, losing everything in this count, and 85 to 15 total armor supply, and GG is called, or rather a rage quit is done. Zahrastra was defeated, MetaHurtz was victorious, and Zahrastra has left the game. Wow. That's definitely one of the more frustrating games you could play as a Terran player. Just the game was just like sand in his hands, and as it went down, it slowly slipped between his cracks, and not realizing this, Zahrastra just kept on moving back, trying to deal with this harassment that was already taking place from the opposite side of the map, no less. And just took too much damage, did Zahrastra, and didn't have enough of a Marine base to his army to contest the Marine base of MetaHurtz. Good play by MetaHurtz, realizing he needed to make magic happen and dropping this base and this base at the same time. Some very high level stuff being displayed by our friend MetaHurtz. And that is going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Should I call you guys ladies and gentlemen? I don't care. I'll say whatever the hell I damn please. Too many curse words, oh boy. Go ahead and leave a like on this video if you did enjoy me. Leave a comment if you're so inclined. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel as well if you liked what you saw and heard here today. And remember folks, the internet could always use more heroes.